Question number 10. Each picture below represents a different amount of money. Again, whenever they use the word represents on a math test, they're telling you that it matches. So each answer choice matches a certain amount of money. In which amount of money does the digit 2, so they're looking for a number 2, have a value of 2 cents? We had a problem like this on our review. Like I told you, once they say cents, once I see the word cents here, I cross out my dollar bills. I don't care how many dollars they have. If they ask me to focus on the cents, that's exactly what I'm going to focus on. The next thing that I do, and this is a step that I notice a lot of people will skip, is I always label all of my coins first. Before I start counting or anything, I label the coins first. Okay? Again, I know a lot of people will skip that step. They'll leave the coins and just kind of count them in their heads. The more stuff that you try to hold on to in your head, the harder you're making it for yourself. The more things you can write down on your paper, the simpler it will be for you. Because once you write it down on your paper, it's there. You don't have to keep remembering it over and over again. It's right here for you. And you can erase it, you can change it if you have to, but it's here. So you don't always have to remember it. The less stuff in your head, the easier it is. Think about it like when you're trying to hold something. Like if you help mom or dad bring in the groceries. If you pick up oranges, and then apples, and then bananas, and then bread, and then, I don't know, potatoes. The more and more stuff you keep trying to hold, the harder and harder it gets. Take just one thing at a time, as few as you can, to make it easier on yourself. I'm going to move the camera a little closer. So I'm going to start off with this first answer choice. It gives me a quarter, which is 25 cents. A nickel, 5 cents. I've got 2 pennies up here. Each of those are 1 cent. Then I've got 2 dimes. 10 cents, another 10 cents. And then 2 more pennies. Once I have the numbers written down on top of those coins, all I have to do is just count or add them up. If you need to, because there are a lot of numbers here, you could absolutely write the problem right next to it. 25 plus 5 gives me 30. So there's 30 cents. Another thing you can do, because sometimes what messes people up on problems like this, is they'll count a coin, but they count it 2 times because they forgot. They don't go, they kind of think to themselves, did I count that one already? Did I not count this one? Let me count it again just to be safe. You can put a check mark or something else on top of them once you add them up so that you know, okay, I already counted that one. I don't have to count it again. Plus 1 is 31. Plus another 1 is 32. Move my 32 up here. Plus 10. 32 plus 10 is 42. Plus another 10. 52. Plus 1. 53. Plus 1. 54. So my first answer choice is 54 cents. I'm going to do the same thing for the second answer choice. First, I'm going to label all of my coins. Then I'm going to add up my coins and then write my total on the side. So a nickel is 5 cents. Quarters are 25. There's 2 of those. Penny is 1. Quarter is 25 cents. Nickel is 5 cents. Quarter is 25 cents. And a penny is 1. So now we add these up. 5 plus 25. I use my check marks to make sure I'm counting them one time and one time only. That's 30. 30 cents. This up a little bit. There we go. Looks a little bit better from there. 30 cents. Plus another 25. If I add 30 plus 25, I get 55. I'm going to add my 1 cent. 55 plus 1 is 56. Plus another 25. That gives me 81 cents. I'll move it up here. 81 plus 5. That's 86. Plus 25. 111. Plus 1. That's 112. If I'm counting change, cents, and I get to 100, what do I have? What do you get when you get 100 cents? What do you get, Bella? You're counting change and you get to 100, you have
$1?
$1. So really, this is $1.12. Okay. Answer choice H. We have a quarter, which is 25 cents. A nickel, which is 5 cents. And here we have 2 dimes, 10 cents and 10 cents. A penny, which is 1 cent. And a quarter, which is 25 cents. And again, we're going to start adding them up. 25 plus 5, 30 cents. Put my check marks so I know I counted those already. Plus 10, 40 cents. Plus 10, 50 cents. Plus 1, 51 cents. Plus 25, 76. Yeah, so just like Miss Fuller says, always write down how much each coin is worth. I know it's a little bit of an extra step, but I also know it'll take you like 3 seconds, maybe. But it keeps you from making mistakes a lot more often than you think. Remember, like I told you all before, if there's a shortcut, if there's a quick way, if there's an easy way to do it, I will absolutely show you. But everything I show you is because it helps. I know that it helps. I've seen it help. I wouldn't ask you guys to do something that doesn't help you at all. I wouldn't waste your time. This one's 76 cents. Last answer choice, there's not even a whole lot of coins here. There's a quarter, which is 25, penny, which is 1, and another penny, which is another 1. 25 plus 1, 26, plus 1 is 27. So this is 27 cents. So now I can take a look at my whole page, okay? My whole page. My question is asking me, in which amount of money does the digit 2? I'm going to take a quick look. If it doesn't have a 2, I'm going to cross it out. So 54 cents, cross it out. 76 cents, cross it out. F and H don't even have a 2. So I'm not going to pay any attention to either of these. I have 2 answer choices that do have a number 2. The digit 2 has a value of 2 cents. If I look at answer choice G, the 2 is in the hundredths place. This 2 means 2 cents. If I look at answer choice J, the 2 is in the tenths place. This 2 means 20 cents, because this is 27. They didn't ask for the 2 to have a value of 20 cents. They wanted the 2 to have a value of 2 cents. Since they want the one that has a value of 2 cents, I don't want to pick answer choice J, where the 2 has a value of 20. I want to pick answer choice G, where the 2 means 2 cents. Yes, JD.
But it is a dollar and it's not asking for dollars.
Ah. Did they ask me which one is the least amount of money? They don't care how big or how small the amount of money is. I don't see that anywhere in my question. They ask me one thing. Focus on the digit 2. So I did that. I got rid of the answer choices that didn't have a 2. And they said they want the 2 to have a value of 2 cents. So looking at the answer choices that have a 2, I have $1.12 and I have 27 cents. Even when I read this, I can hear it. 27 cents. So this 2 is not the same as 2 cents. This is 20 cents. The 2 in answer choice G is 2 cents. Answer choice J is very, very tricky because what they did here was they made sure they put 2 pennies. They made sure they did that because they thought if I just put 2 pennies, people are going to look at the coins, they're going to see 2 pennies, and they're going to go, that's it, there's 2 cents. Because I know that 1 penny plus another penny makes 2 cents. But they're hoping that you would forget this coin, the quarter. Because once you have the quarter as well, you don't have 2 cents anymore. You have 27 cents. Now the 2 does not mean 2 cents anymore. It means 20 cents. That's why I always label my coins and then I add them up afterwards. And I never try to just add them all up together. I never do 3 numbers and add them together at one time. I always go number by number. Not because you can't or not because it's impossible, but because it will let you make mistakes. The fewer numbers you have, the simpler it is for you to catch any mistakes you might make. So yes, even though this was more money, this was $1.12, look at where the 2 is. That's the number they want us to focus on. And the 2 in this means 2 cents. So that's why I should have picked answer choice G, not answer choice J or H or F. Next one we're going to look at, another one that a lot of us had problems with, is problem number 12. So we're going to go forward a little bit. Problem number 12. And I want you to see what they used here as a trick. A box of drinking straws contains 118 straws and costs $2. Mrs. Cook bought 7 boxes of straws. How many drinking straws did she buy? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value. This is a word problem like any other. I've always told you the first thing you do in a word problem is find your question mark, go backwards from the question mark, and find the question word. If you can find those two things, you can look between them and see what they want you to pay attention to. How many drinking straws did she buy? So what do I see between those two? How many drinking straws? That's what they want me to focus on, and that's what they want me to find. How many drinking straws does she have? A box of drinking straws contains 118 straws. I'm looking for drinking straws. This is about drinking straws, so I need to know this. So a box of drinking straws contains 118 straws and costs $2. When I looked between my question mark and my question word, they didn't say anything about cost or price or anything like that. So for this problem, I don't care about the cost. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is the straws. So there's 118 straws. Mrs. Cook bought 7 boxes of straws. Again, I'm looking for straws. This is talking about straws. I need to know this. So what they tried to do here in this problem, how they tried to trick us, was by giving us a number that we didn't need and hoping that we picked it, that we used it when we didn't have to. I don't care how much it costs her. They didn't ask me that. They asked me about the number of straws. They told me that if you have one box, of straws, there are 118 straws in there. They told me that Mrs. Cook did not just get 1 box. She got 7. Now here's an example of a shortcut I showed you all. Remember, this is math. This isn't art. So if they tell me that there's 7 boxes or 25 boxes, don't sit there and draw 7 or 25 boxes. Take a shortcut. Say there's another box, another box, another box. There are 7 of these boxes. But don't spend all your time and all your space drawing the boxes and writing 118 over and over. We need that space to do math. So there's 118. And the next box has the same number, 118. And the next box has the same number, 118. And it's going to keep on happening over and over and over. She's going to keep getting more and more and more straws. If she's going to get more and more and more straws, that means I should either use addition or multiplication, because they will make my number bigger. Could I use addition to solve this problem? Yes, absolutely could. I could write 118 plus 118 plus 118 plus 118 plus 118 plus 118 plus 118. And I could do all that math. I could solve it and I could get my answer. But because I'm using the same number, 118, over and over and over and over, I can multiply and get the same answer and get it much quicker. So I could have 118 times 7. And that will give me the exact same answer. It'll give it to me quicker. Does that mean if you did addition that you're wrong? No, it doesn't. Will it take longer? Yes. Will it take more room? Yes. Will it work? Yes. So could you do addition? Absolutely. But like I told you all, if I know of a way that's faster, that works, that you can use, I'll show it to you. So I'm going to use multiplication here. 7 times 8. 7 times 8 would give me 56. I'm going to put the 6 and I'm going to carry over my 5. Then I do multiplication with the tens place. 7 times 1. Well, anything times 1 stays the same. So 7 times 1 is 7. I can't forget I carried over a 5 though. So I need to add 5 more to 7. That would give me 12. I'm going to put the 2 down in the bottom. I'm going to carry over a 1 to the hundreds place. Then I'm going to multiply with the hundreds place. 7 times 1. Again, anything times 1 stays the same. 7 times 1 is 7. But I carried over a 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. So how many straws would she have at the end when she counted all of the straws in all of the boxes? 826 straws. So really they tried to trick us by adding that $2 in that we didn't need. That doesn't matter to us. The other thing is we need to be careful whenever we're doing our multiplication. Addition we've practiced on for a long time. So we're usually more careful when it comes to addition. But you have to be careful when it comes to multiplication. With numbers like 8 and 7, if you're still not very good with the multiplication for those, don't forget we practiced the number songs. You can always write down the number song. So whether you want to write down the 8 song, the 7 song, doesn't matter. But you have the space, you could write that down. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84. Now I know my sevens. And the good thing is, if you write it down on your test, the next time you find a problem and they're multiplying by 7, you don't have to write it down again. You just flip back to this page and take a look at it. So you could always use the number songs, write them down on your test, and then once they're written down, you can just go back and look at them. You don't got to worry about them anymore. There is something else you could do. It takes a little more time, but again, the good thing is once you do it once, that's it. If you have to do some multiplication and it's with the 5s, with the 7s, the 6s, any one that you might have problems with, you can do what we call dots in a box. You draw yourself a box, and inside that box, you're going to put however many dots you need. I'm doing the 7, I'm going to put 7 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the side of that box, I'm going to draw one big line as long as I can. Then I'm going to kind of cut that line up. Okay? Boom, 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 boom. On the top of the line, I'm just going to count like normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. On the bottom of the box, I'm going to use my dots to help me multiply. So let's say I know the beginning of my 7 song. If I say 7, 14, 21, and I go, oh, what comes after 21? I know 21 is where I stopped. So then I'm going to keep counting using my dots. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 28 is the next number. And I go, oh yeah, it was 28, and then 35, then 42, and then I don't remember. Okay, so I was on 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. That's the next one. And I could keep using that to fill out my numbers. 6, 3, 70, 77. And again, once you do this one time, you don't have to go back and do it again. You can just flip back to the page and take a look at it so it can help you on the multiplication problems later on in the test.